I'm Joe Barrington, and joining me for finals night of the US Open 2016, PJ and Drew Boy. Guys, the semi-finals going on to the women's. Firstly, Drew Boy last night. It was an entertaining affair, but I have to say there was a few disappointing scenarios for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think the fact, we expected a lot from El Shabini against El Walili. We saw some really high-class squash. Nour El Shabini upped it another notch. She managed to avenge her defeat at the hands of El Walili at the Al Aram Open in front of the Pyramids. And El Walili, although she did a lot and she even got inside the top 10 on the ESPN play of the day, but even with that kind of skill, she just didn't have the answer for Nour El Shabini last night. And then the home favourite, Amanda Sobey, of course, she'd performed so well previously on home soil. I'm sure she'd have seen this as a good opportunity for another World Series.
Yeah, that's the one that disappointed me, really. I thought that she would really come into it strong tonight.
Yeah,
track record.
I think she obviously threw everything.
Sorry, last night.
Yeah, she threw everything at Serm.
Yeah.
Maybe didn't quite get the length she needed, which allowed Serm to be up in front of her and volley a lot. And the backhand volley drop for Camille Serm is working so well. It's getting her a lot of points. It got her a lot of points against Massaro. It got her a lot of points from outrageous positions last night against Amanda Sobey. So you've got to give a lot of credit to Serm. She disappointed and probably broke American hearts, but she deserves to get through to that final.
She does, yeah, she does. And then the men's, PJ, I mean, we were enthralled. Firstly, the Wilstrop Shibagi tactical encounter with ball control of the highest order, and it was a masterclass from Shibagi, and possibly the calmest we've seen him on the court, which was lethal for Wilstrop.
Well, we normally associate Mohamed El Shibagi with the brute force and just his sheer pace that he puts onto the ball, but last night we saw a completely different side to El Shibagi. He actually took James Wilstrop on with the height hitting. There was lots of variation of pace, and in the end he just had a little bit too much for James Wilstrop, and it's not often that you see that.
No.
Like somebody taking Wilstrop on at his own type of game and coming out on top.
Yeah, it was brilliant. And then the second semi-final with the big bad wolf against another young Egyptian, Gawad. He's been going through these young Egyptians. I mean, that for me was just astonishing. I mean, he's done it again, Matthew. Yeah. He's so hard-nosed, and I mean, he gets his battle plan right. And what an education for these younger players to be able to have the opportunity to play him in these major tournaments.
Completely agree. Again, it was vintage Nick Matthew, wasn't it? It was like Matthew of old. He was out there, and you just felt that as soon as it got close and edgy towards the late stages, the wealth of experience that Nick Matthew had was going to be enough to overcome Gawad. But again, 80 minutes of brutal squash, surely that's got to take it out of the legs of Nick Matthew.
Well, yeah, we're just talking about the finals now. I mean, I feel personally that they're going to be quite straightforward. I think in the women's, I think Shabini's going to have a bit too much for Camille Serm. And then in the men's, again, Shibagi, he's physically getting stronger throughout this, and Matthew's had some chunks taken out of him. What do you guys think?
Well, I think the women's final, I think we can't write off Camille Serm because she's proven time and time again in this event that, you have her down as an underdog. She's coming through and she's
Well, we're in
winning.
the city of the underdog, aren't we? Rocky Balboa, your favourite film, PJ. Which one? 1, 2, 3 or 4?
1.
Really? Yeah. I thought you'd say 4, but yeah.
I quite like 3 and Mr. T.
He was great, yeah. Sorry, anyway.
So I don't think you can write her off, but Nour El Shabini, especially with the way she won against El Walili yesterday and the way she's looked throughout the rounds, and she's getting better and better, it's really hard to go against her. She's got to be a strong favourite, I think.
Sure. And with the men's, it's a matter of how much gas he's got in the tank, Nick Matthew. Shibagi will be ruthless out there.
He will. I mean, we can't ignore the fact, again, I know we keep talking about it, that the fact that Mohamed El Shibagi is in the final is nothing short of a miracle. Should have gone out in the first round, but talk about take the opportunity and run with it. I mean, here he is in another final, and after the display that I saw yesterday against James Wilstrop, I would put Mohamed El Shibagi as a very heavy favourite tonight.
Yeah. Well, we're going to head to the commentary box in a few hours. This event has been one of the most exciting events from beginning to end, and I hope you enjoy both the women's and the men's finals tonight.